What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Repeat back, and tonight we got the NNR Cup Series live from Gateway, or Worldwide Technology Raceway, for all you newcomers. It's going to be a lot of fun. Going to have about 24, 25 cars on track, and because it's Thursday night, I will be joined or with or whatever you want to say, the one and only HD Motorsports. He should be along here in just a second. I figured I'd get over, get everything up and running, get this little bit of an intro going, and then kick it off with our buddies over at Madison Rising. So it's not going to be too much longer. I think I just heard that back door shut. So the one and only HD Motorsports, I believe, is here with me. HD, what's happening?
Not much, man. How's it going, Pete? Got a good race tonight at Iowa. Short track racing. It's going to be a fireworks show to see.
If you're at Iowa, I'm at Gateway. You better jump in the
same
car.
thing. God damn. Look, man, you know me. I just wing things, dude. I don't know. I just show up and I just call races. That's what I do.
Yeah, this is what we do, man. It's good to be a Thursday night and have you get to call these races with you, man. I absolutely always appreciate it. Learn tons from you. Yeah, 200 laps from these Cup guys tonight. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Saw a couple, 2, 3, 4, 2 and 3 wide racing between the truck and Xfinity race. A lot of tire wear, a lot of strategies, some people on fuel, seeing a few pop right rears. Man, I know who your pick's going to be for pole. What do you got for a winner and a dark horse, sir?
You know, winner, I'm going to go with CGMX Rose as my winner and pole. Obviously, man, the kid is just flat out too good, but you can't throw Aviator out, man. He got him last week. I think it's the first time Rose didn't have a pole all season long. For a dark horse, though, I think I got to go with Rowdy. He's only got one win on the season. He's won here before, and I think he gets it done tonight.
Yeah, man, I tell you, and I'm going to pick a couple of different guys as well. I'm going to go with the two guys highest in points, but have not yet been able to lock down a win. I'm actually going to go with Ingalls and old God Power and NRGP. It's kind of funny. I mean, God Power's been strong. So is Ingalls in that 11 since he took the number over from CGMX Rose. I think Rose got all the luck out of that horseshoe last year, and Ingalls is having a little bit of a slump in it. He's been fast, just needs to seal the deal. But man, yeah. So I think that's going to be our 4. I'm seeing Bill's Legend out there in chat saying J-Paw for the win. Stout as his, I'm guessing as his dark horse, and then Stout as the actual winner. So J-Paw is the dark horse, Stout as Bill's Legend's winner. I see Cowboy Matt out there. I see Whitehammer out there. Man, it's getting down to crunch time. HD. We got tonight. Next week, we got Dover, Daytona, and then the Lady in Black, Darlington. So over the next 3 weeks, 3 very, very different tracks. And then we get into the chase, where each chase level, there we go, I'll get it, is a short track, a road course, an intermediate track, and a speedway. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Nobody is going to walk their way into a championship this year. They are going to have to earn it. You've got to be good at all different kinds of tracks on here on Heat 4.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt, man. And there's plenty of guys that are plenty good to be able to get it done. And it's going to be a great show to call, I think, Pete.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a long race. Again, 200 laps for these Cup guys. I want to say it's probably the longest race of the season so far. There's Rock NASCAR out there saying good luck to you and I, and prayers and health to everyone that is in the field and anyone that watches the race. Rock, you're, as always, man, we absolutely appreciate you. Boehner, I see you there too, man. What's going on? Sorry to hear you're not going to be in the field tonight. Good thing is I think you're pretty safe on points, and we still got, like I just said, Dover, Daytona, and Darlington left to go. You said earlier this season every track is your best track. You've got a good chance of winning every week. I know you're going to bounce back from this. But guys, before we get too deep into this, I know they're qualifying right now. I got to hand this over to our buddies over at Madison Rising. Let them get our national anthem in, and then we'll be right back. Yeah, here's our buddies.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land under the free, and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in name, the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save, this land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free, in the home of the
Again, a very big thank you to the one and only Madison Rising for allowing NNR to use their version of the national anthem at the onset of every NNR series race, whether it's trucks on Sundays, Xfinity on Tuesdays, or Thursday nights when I get to spend the evening with the one and only HD Motorsports. HD is a lot going on with the Pro League and all that. NR is wrapping up their regular season. Again, only 3 more races to go. It's going to be a great night tonight. I'll have the stream of the one and only Amore to help us along. It looks like they are wrapping up qualifying. They're actually running down the clock, so they'll head back to the lobby here in just a second for one last pep talk from the one and only Stout Whiskey. Stout will actually be running the show tonight. Our fearless leader, Coey, has actually come down a little sick. Hopefully it's not too bad with everything that's going on in the country. But, big shout out, big thought to you, Coey, if you feel well enough to catch the stream. HD, I'm ready to go. Got to kick this off.
Oh yeah, man, I'm definitely ready to go. It's gonna be a great race tonight at Gateway, which is World
Yep.
Technology
Yep.
something center now.
Worldwide
It's no longer
technology.
even
Yes,
called,
sir.
yeah, not even called Gateway anymore, man. So I'm gonna say we both were wrong in the beginning because you said Gateway.
Yeah, I think it's like is worldwide technology presented by Gateway or vice versa or something like that. But man, yeah. Originally, when if they were to stick with their typical 50%, they'd be able to go stage one without pitting, stage two without pitting, and stage three was like a pit and a half. I mean, there's really no strategy that anybody could pull. It have to be all on speed, which isn't always a bad thing, but you always want a little extra in your race as well. But
Oh yeah,
yeah,
most definitely.
man, it's gonna be a great night. As you can see, we got the points going across the bottom of the screen. You got your league information. You want to know more about NNR, how the points are tallied up. Scroll on down the front page. You'll see a Zazzle icon. If you click on that, there's all kinds of merchandise that NNR has to offer. But it's I can't believe it. We are down to the last 3 or 4 races after tonight, 3 races in the regular season. I thought at the beginning that Amore was just going to run away with the regular season championship with the great finishes and wins that Rose has clicked off. He's clicked off 5 wins in a row if you don't count both wins at Pocono. He did grab one, but he grabbed 3 before Pocono, and then last week. The kid's looking for 6 tracks in a row, HD.
Yeah, I mean he's just that fast. I mean, last year we had the Moore show. Really, when you're thinking about it, when he had about 7 to 8 wins himself last year. Now the tables are turned here just a bit this year with CJMX Rose already at the 5 wins in a row, going for 6. And it's just he's just that fast. He's that good on NASCAR Heat 4. He was able to figure some stuff out that I think other people just have not yet figured out.
All right, such an invite. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure once we're fully loaded into the game, we'll be talking about that's on the front row, if not the pole. Aviator beat him last week, and when you asked him why, what happened, he says, "I messed up my lap. Otherwise, I would have had another." You can't doubt the guy. I mean, he's been phenomenal. There have been a lot of people who made up a lot of points. Moore's still got a slim lead. I think it's like 7 points over Rose. I think there's only like three or four that are under 100 points. I think Ingalls is the first one once you get to about the 100 or more behind. So, yeah, it's a pretty packed field. That's, again, why these guys are the best.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they put on such a great show. I mean, anybody can win any given week, and we're loading into the race right now. Getting ready to drop the green flag. I think all our bets are on TJ McCruz on the pole.
Oh yeah, here he is right now. It's actually him and his teammate. So your pick to win with my pick to win on the outside, and then the 48 of the Aviator in P3, the one of God Power. So my pick sitting second and fourth. Then you got the 47 of Sledgehammer. You got the 13 of Rowdy rocking the old Interstate Batteries throwback. You got 88 of Dohar. The 12 of Knights with a really great qualifying effort. The 17 of Sully. 95 of old James Kamal. 34 is Stay Finesse. The 43 of Jose 720. Another one that had a pretty good race last night in Martinsville. You got the 6 of Heated Snowman. The 38 of NNR Mountain. You got the 00 of Augustus. You got the 8 of Smitty, the 37 of Pro Viper. They're taking 2 pace laps tonight, so I should be able to get through the field. You got 22 of J-Pop for all you J-Pop Army fans out there. And the 42 of Amore Smoke. the 2 car of Old Stout Whiskey rocking the Miller MTD car. Very nice. 4 car of Natty Dread. 21 at JCX12. It's going to be interesting to see if he's going to be able to work his way up the field. There's the 19 of Striker, and here we are back at the top with the one and only young gun, CGMX Rose.
You know, you're talking about the point standings there just before we got into the race. You're talking about Amore Smoke had a 7-point lead on CGMX Rose. Amore Smoke is about middle of the pack right now. So if they finish as they qualified, Rose would be the new points leader as this thing goes forward. But that's not the way things work around here. And that's not the way things work in racing as they come around turns 3 and 4. Pete, CGMX Rose about to take that green flag.
Yeah, CGMX Rose is going to be able to get into turn 1 and 2 first. He'll have his teammate to his outside. 48 and the 1 are going to be behind those guys. But I can almost bet my last bottom dollar you'll see these guys rewind heading into turn 1 and 2. These corners are really tight. Have to see how it goes the first time around. Here we go, HD. 20 to the lead.
Yeah, green flags in the air. He went at the line as they file down into turn 1. They're going to go side by side as far as the eye can see because that 11 of Ingles on the high side is getting a run down the backstretch.
Yeah, the 11 of Ingles really able to pull that, but here comes the one of God Power. He's actually going to duck inside that 11. He's going to have the preferred line. The 11's going to have to check up, maybe run a little high. Here comes that one. Looks like he's rolling really well through the center and off. He's going to be all over the back bumper of the 20. A little bit of contact between the 11 and the wall, though.
Yeah, there's a little bit of contact with him in the wall, and he went down to the one of God Power as well there just a bit, but that contact allowed CGMX Rose to advance out to a 3 to 4 car length lead as they come up off the corner down the front stretch. No, excuse me, down into turn 3. Rose with the early lead.
Yeah, I'm really surprised by the amount of power that this 11 car has on the outside. He's not actually getting that car down to the rumble strips in both corners. He's keeping it in the second lane through 3 and 4 and all the way down on, in 1 and 2 and all the way down on the rumble strips in 3 and 4. He's not really pinching it down, and he's getting some pretty good speed off.
Yeah, and here comes my dark horse, the 13 Rowdy, making his presence known as he's trying to get up underneath that one of God Power. Wasn't able to get it done down the straightaway. Here we are going down to turns 3 and 4. He's washing up the track just a bit, but the 47 of Sledgehammer up towards the top 5.
Yeah, Sledgehammer, another one that had a great run last night. Everybody that has any kind of an affiliation with NNR in that Pro League qualifying race last night at Martinsville finished in the top 10. CGMX Rose, hashtag Grow with Rose, finished second to Lucky Dog for the 3rd week in a row. And then Jose, I think, finished 10th, and Sledgehammer finished like 7th or something like that. So, again, a positive showing for all 3 NNR drivers. But so far, we're on like lap 5 or 6, all green. First 7 or 8 are all nose to tail. They're not too wide until all back about 10th and 11th place.
Yeah, the biggest mover so far in the early goings of this race is definitely going to be that 13 Rowdy. He was able to get by a few cars. He finds himself sitting in P3 right now. Now, the biggest loser has to be that one of God Power, starting in 3rd place, drops all the way back to 5th place now behind that 48 of the Aviator. And he's got the 47 of Sledgehammer on his tail, looking to chomp and get into that top 5.
Yeah, the 13 Rowdy sent me a message on Twitter earlier. It said, Pete, I will have a piece for tonight. I wasn't quite sure what he was talking about. As you can see, these colors that he's rocking tonight, I wasn't sure if he was talking about a setup that he found or something that he worked out with his Dirty Air teammates, or if it was just the throwback to old Bobby Labonte and Kyle Busch back with these old JGR colors. But, man, it's a pretty nice colors he's got going on tonight.
That's some pretty nice colors. It's a pretty nice setup he's got under it. Now, they are still under that default setup. They weren't able to get their tire pressure adjustments in just yet, so they are running about the same setup, but he's all over that 11 of Ingles. I think 11 of Ingles actually knew it. He said, you know what? Rowdy is known aggressive driver. He backed up out of it. That's smart driving right there out of the 11.
Yeah, I think the 11 also knew, or maybe Rowdy got him a message saying, "Hey man, you're really holding me up. We cannot allow CGMX Rose to get too far ahead. If you're that much faster, I'll get right in behind you. Keep your draft. You can pull me up." And from talking to the guys at during the Xfinity and the truck race, they said the draft at this place is ridiculous. Very, very strong. I mean, I didn't get a comparison to any other track, but they said it's pretty wicked.
And it's crazy that you say that. Actually, I didn't know that. I haven't even raced this track on NASCAR Heat 4. That tells you much I know about this track. But to be that draft, like you just said, so strong at a short track like Worldwide Technology, I probably botched that. Excuse me. Again, not really raced this track on NASCAR Heat 4. But that's just insane to hear. But Rowdy is really chugging along. But right behind that 11 of Ingles, look now, that's going to be the 48 of the Aviator. Aviator was finally to knock CGMX Rose off the pole position for the first time this season. Last week, he's shown he's got a good car early on here today.
Oh yeah, and as much as we talk about the the 13 of Rowdy, the 11 of Ingles, the 48. I see the 48's running a pretty special paint scheme tonight. This paint scheme that Rowdy is running, and he's getting closer and closer to Rose. I don't have an in-car view for the 13, but he's paying a little bit of tribute here, not only to the actual NASCAR drivers that have run this, but he worked with the coloring and all that with the one and only NNR Cowboy. Cowboy runs these colors every week in the truck and Xfinity races, and man, so far Rowdy has been doing him a pretty good solid. He's up there, he's battling, catching up to the leader. He's got a couple really strong cars behind him. I don't think it's going to be too long before these guys can draft their way up to that 20.
I'm noticing something here early on, Pete. 13 of Rowdy caught that 11 out so fast, but the 11 was actually able to hang with him and actually looks a little bit stronger than the 13 of Rowdy right now. And the 48 looks stronger than both of them combined. So I think Rowdy might have pushed his car a little bit hard, a little bit too early on in this go, and Rowdy getting loose out of the turn, or he's going down the pit. One of the two is about to happen as he follows behind the 48.
Yeah, I think it might have been just a case of what happened to him earlier. The 11 was in front of him. He knew that the 13 was faster at that time, so he let the 13 go on by. Now maybe the 11's got a longer run car, maybe a different preset, and while the 13 has used his stuff up to try to catch the 20, they're switching positions. Now we'll have to see if the 11 allows the 48 to go by, because he was able to catch up to these guys so quickly. So they might be playing a little bit of musical chairs to see who has the car that can be up front, stay up front, stays consistent, and can pull all three of them back up to that 20 of the young gun.
I was about to say the only car that's doing that right now is that 20 car, the young gun. Hashtag grow with Rose up here. He's got well over a 10 car length lead now. We started this thing. He's led every single lap, and he's just extending his lead that much more as time goes on. But Pete, they got to be getting close to these green flag pit stops with the 3 times, where I expect within the next 7 laps, Pete, we'll start seeing guys trickle down pit road.
Yeah, I've got the stream from the one and only Amore Smoke, your current points leader. His points have been dwindling down these last several races as Rose has been able to click off 4 wins almost back-to-back if you don't count the 2 at Pocono. But next time Amore Smoke comes on by the start-finish line, I'll get us a lap count, and it looks like they've got 29 laps left in stage 1, so they should actually all be very, very close, if not in their pit window, to get it taken care of. That might be why you're starting to see a few cars step on out. They're wearing out their tires. They know that once they get to the middle of the stage, they can get down pit road, get that first adjustment in, loosen it up, tighten it up, do whatever you need to do, a tape, wedge, air pressure, whatever, and try to make a run for the end of stage 1, get max points.
Yeah, 48 car. The Aviator actually got wicked high that time out of turn 2. 13 of Rowdy's going to get by him. So move Rowdy up to P3. Aviator back to P4. The 11 ring out starting to stretch it out a little bit on these guys. He's running in second place. Now the one of God Power was able to pass that 47 car as Sledgehammer. So move Sledgehammer backup position, move God Power up a position, and then from there, Pete, they got about a 10-car length lead between the next car between Sledgehammer.
Yeah, after Sledgehammer, I think it was the 88 of Dohar, if I'm not mistaken. I was just going through, looking off of Dohar's camera. It's he's got the 12 and Knights in front of him, and then in front of Knights, I'm not exactly sure. I think that might be that's going to be the 22 of J-Pa, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to wait for a side shot here. It's either going to be J-Pa. Something very, very close to it. I don't see the shells, but hey, you never know.
Yeah, they're kind of spread out a little bit towards the front. Rowdy's actually starting to track down the 11 guys. It's the 48 of the Aviator track down Rowdy. He's on the bumper of Rowdy as they come down the backstretch into turn 3. You know, something interesting that we got to point out before this race started. The 88 Dohar said, I'm going to win this race on fuel mileage. We've seen it before, and as this thing goes green, he very well could be a sleeper to get his 3rd win on the season here in NNR Cup Series.
Yep, he got it done at Richmond on fuel. He got it done at Michigan on speed in that forever great 4-wide finish where Dohar was able to edge out the 21 of JCX12 by 0.007 of a second. I mean, again, probably the closest finish in NNR history. That was actually the 34 of Stay Finesse that I was watching in front of the 12 of Knights and the 88 of Dohar, and here he is now rocking those old A&W colors. Pretty nice looking paint scheme as well, as more and more cars are starting to file down pit road HD.
He had a 43 of Jose 720 just went down for his green flag pit stop in the first stage. So he's going to get some Goodyear fresh tires on him. Now CGMX Rose starting to see people go down. If I'm Rose Pete, I'm waiting to see that 11 car and everybody behind him. Once they go, I'm going the very next lap. I will be able to maintain that lead, and he's got about a 20 car length lead now in second, Pete.
Yeah, he's definitely done a great job. And I heard something earlier about getting on the pit road where some people have been able to make up a lot of time. I tried to do that myself in NNR's fun run last night, and these pit road the access road to pit road is actually really, really slick, very easy to slide off of. You got grass on both sides. Somebody slides off in that grass, you may miss pit road completely or hit the wall that surrounds the entrance to pit road. I think I'd probably be taking it pretty easy if CGMX Rose in the kind of lead that he's got right now.
Yeah, if I'm Rose, I'm definitely going to take it easy. No, you don't want to bite the bullet. So far, you've got the car to beat. No need to be super aggressive. Yeah, you don't want to go down there on a Sunday cruise with your grandma down to the grocery store. You know, you want to be a little bit more faster than that, but still, 20-plus car length lead. If I'm Rose, I'm taking it nice and easy. Now, Pete, as the front runners running in the top 5, the 13 of Rowdy was the first one to come down and get his tires.
Yeah, 13 Rowdy was the first one to go down. As I see the 20th CGMX Rose halfway down pit road right now. I watched as he kind of got on the brake to head down, and the back end of the car is wiggling just a little bit. Goes to show again how slick that pit road entry is. A little bit of contact between some vehicles on pit road while trying to work their way out. I'm trying to find that 13 of Rowdy right now. And there we are. 13 is going through. I want to say this is 3 and 4. Yep, 3 and 4. He'll be making his way down towards the start-finish line. And once I see a Moore come on by, I'll get us a lap count again. He's actually on pit road. So a Moore, once he gets back out on track, will get us going. But first round of pit stops are almost done. All green flag racing so far, which is pretty much exactly what we come to expect from these guys. It's what we saw during the truck and the Xfinity race. All great racing all week long. And then after this, we head to the Triple Ds. Next week, we're at Dover, and then Daytona, and then the Lady in Black, the one and only Darlington. And then we're kicking off our playoff season there, bud.
Yeah, sounds good. I might have to get my wheel ready. Actually, we got a battle off of pit road. The one of God Power just pushed the 48 into the grass as they went side by side coming off of pit road. Now the 48's now pinching him down onto the grass down the backstretch. So we got a little bit of heated rivalry early on here tonight on the track between the 48 of the Aviator and the 1 of God Power. That's going to allow the 11 of Ingals to open up about a 7-car length lead on those guys.
Yeah, I see the 11 of Ingals up front. Looks like he was able to get that, hit that braking zone perfectly. You see the 48 of Aviator right behind him. And then, of course, like you said, the 1 of God Power now behind the 48. So with that little bit of contact between the two, back and forth a little bit, looks like the 48 definitely was able to edge out the 1, and he's got one position up, and behind those two is the 47 of Sledgehammer.
Yeah, now you got to look at the gaps after the pit stop cycle, right? Rowdy was the first person to come down out of that top 5. He now finds himself in second place, about 15 car lengths behind CGMX Rose and the 20, who was able to maintain the lead through this cycle. Look behind Rowdy, though, for third place. That's going to be well over 20 car lengths. So that's how much fresh tires does for you here tonight on the track of Worldwide Technology Raceway under the lights at Gateway. As he files down into turn 1, there's third place coming across the start finish.
Yeah, as you watch Rowdy lap after lap, corner after corner, there is nobody else in sight. CGMX Rose, as you said, has got a good 15 to 20 on Rowdy, and Rowdy's got another 20 plus back to third place. Very, very spread out, as you see awesome Mama Bear in there in chat saying, let's go Rowdy. Mrs. Jacoby, thanks for checking in. Always great to see you. Man, it's we're closing in on stage 1. It looks like off of a Morse stream, he's rocking in 16th right now with that old Clover Kyle Larson paint scheme, and we've got 16 to go, HD.
Yeah, 16 to go. Everybody should be good to make it to the end of the first stage. You caught out a more smoking 16th place in the first stage. We're not necessarily used to seeing that. We're used to seeing them definitely in the top 10 and battling it out with CGMX Rose. It's not happened so far tonight, but maybe he's got his setup in. He's got the secret sauce. Michael Jordan Space Jam juice going in the car now. Maybe he'll be good to go.
Why not, right? Just gotta stick his hand in the bag, touch the ball again, and he'll get his skills back. I haven't thought about that movie in a long time. But yeah, watching a little bit of battle here between the 88 of Dohar, 34 of Finesse, the 12 of Knights, a 95 of Kamal, and one other. These guys have been side by side a little bit, one trying to outbreak the other. Really, I've seen a few cars get really close to that part of the safer barrier that sticks out as they get to the end of the straightaway. That actually bit me last night. I hit that little alcove, if you want to call it that, and it totaled my car. So I know these guys are probably watching out for that as well. But still working our way through, kind of just caught up to the 95 of Kamal. He's behind the 00 of Augustus. Originally, Augustus was going to run the 24 for Coe, but he got into the drivers' meeting a little late and didn't have enough time to switch up his car before they headed out for qualifying. So Coe's going to lose out a little bit, but you know what? This is still just a game. Coe absolutely wishing you the quick recovery. Hopefully, this is just a case of the flu or cold or whatever it is you got. Has nothing to do with your heart or this daggone coronavirus that's got half the world penned down at home. But we're all thinking about you, boss man.
Oh, without a doubt, man. I know I'm the first person to give Coe a lot of headaches, man. I'm always messing with him, telling him he's man, we need a new owner, we need a new leader. I'm going to lead this thing. Now there's a wreck actually down in a turn 3. 48 of the Aviator, 11 of Ingals, 0 involved. First caution of the night is out. As I'm trying to talk about Coe about I'm a terrible person to him, man. But no, seriously, I hope, Coe, you get better, you feel better soon, so you can get out here so I can tell you we need a new owner again.
tell you what, I was on the one of the cars that actually was part of this wreck, and I don't know if he caused it. I was watching a Moore's feed. I was trying to get something on tire wear or whichever, and it just so happened that I was right place, right time, and sometimes that's all you need to be. But they're gonna get a second chance to make any last second adjustments to these cars. Here's the 20 CGMX Rose, still to the point 13 of Rowdy to his outside. The one of God Power, and then in fourth, I want to say that's the 47 Kroger machine of Sledgehammer, back under green, barreling into turn 1 and 2, HD.
As they come through turns 1 and 2, Rowdy on the high side was able to dive it down into turn 1 as they are still side by side down the backstretch into turn 3. CGMX's lead is gone. He's able to sneak up in front of Rowdy before they enter turn 3. Pete, we got to be in single-digit lap count wise before stage 1 is all over. These boys are going to be bumping. They're going to be banging. This is going to be a wild one, trying to battle out for the stage 1 stage points.
Yeah, it looked like Rowdy actually had a really good bite off the corner, but he scrubbed against that wall just a little bit, broke his momentum. The 20th CGMX Rose was able to keep going. That allowed Rowdy to grab P2. Looks like God Power there in P4, and then the 47 of Sledgehammer. I'm sorry, God Power in P3, 47 of Sledgehammer in P4, and I think in P5 right now, if I'm not mistaken, on those light blue colors, that's going to be the 12 car of Knights off of the Moore's speed. What's that?
We got a battle for the race lead up front.
Yep.
CGMX Rose got tight out of turn 4. Rowdy had a good exit, was able to get up underneath them. They're still side by side coming down the backstretch. Rowdy's down low this time by, but Rose with another good run off of 2, able to clear him.
I tell you, they can really, if they diamond out these corners the way that they've been doing and the way we've seen in other races this week, you can get a great pull or a great shot off of the corner and really carry a lot of momentum down these straightaways. As it looks like most of the pack behind them comes across the start-finish line. We've got 5 laps to go in stage number 1. Will Rowdy have what it takes in order to get by the 20? Can he set him up in one of these corners? Maybe try to outbreak him. Don't want to dive bomb. You don't want that headache after the race. But does Rowdy have what it takes?
I think Rowdy's kind of content running P2. He's got a good car. He's shown he has the speed to be able to stick with that 20 car CGMX Rose. I think you ride behind him. You find where he is weak and where you can take advantage of. I think Rowdy is studying right now. He's got about 3 to 4 more laps to study before this is all said and done. I think you save your move to the end of the race to be able to win it.
I tell you what, while these two are kind of biding their time, that one car in the 47 at Sledgehammer, they are catching them. Again, the draft at this track, from what I was told, is ridiculous. HD, 3/4 way down the track on both straightaways, you're redlining. You are so far over the rev limiter that I was actually using that as a place to kind of get off the gas so I wouldn't hurt my motor. These guys run 3 times wear with damage on. I'd hate to blow the motor or get it overheated to where I don't have the same kind of speed because my motor's overrun. But they're in the gas all the way down in the very, very last second where they've got to get on the brake. Other than that, they're full bore as the 13 of Rowdy is really all over that back bumper of the 20 now.
Yeah, is this the white flag? Maybe 2 to go, white flag. 1 of the 2 is about to happen. But yeah, Rowdy was all over the bumper of CGMX Rose entering down into turn 1. He kind of washed up the track there just a bit in 1 and 2. But there's that draft you were talking about, Pete. He was able to suck right back up to the bumper through turns 3 and 4. White flags in the air this time for stage 1.
Yep, and it's going to be the end of stage 1. CGMX Rose is going to get max points. The 13 of Rowdy's going to be right there. Then the 1 of God Power. God Power, I believe, is like the second in standings behind Ingalls that does not have a win this year. So this is going to help him progress through the rankings as well. But right now, if the race was to end, if this race was more than halfway official, rain clouds decided to empty out, CDMX Rose would be your new points leader with 3 races to go in the regular season.
He is a new points leader now. Then his age 20 got 10 points. I don't think Amore got any, so that's 10. He was only at a 7-point lead, so Rose is 3 points up as they're running.
Yep, it's a whole lot of give and take, but right now Rose has been on the take for 6 weeks in a row. He's I think I'm just hoping that Rose is not hitting his peak in the season right now. I'm hoping he's going to be able to save something for the playoffs, because that's really where he's gonna need that. Because after Darlington, the points completely reset, and they only get the points off their wins or stage wins. Not quite sure how Coey's going to tally them all up. While CJMX Rose has gained on Amore, it's all going to equal out here or get really, really close right after the Lady in Black.
Yeah, getting ready to start stage number 2. Rose is still your race leader. He's led every single lap here tonight so far. On the outside end is going to be the 13 Rowdy. Running in third place is going to be the 1 God Power with the 47, a Sledgehammer with a good run all night long, sitting P4. Down low, though, in P5. First time running in a P5 tonight is going to be the 34 of
Mr. Finesse.
Yeah, Finesse, that's it. Yep, 34 of Finesse. Now running in a top 5 here at Gateway.
Yep, a little bit of a challenge here for the lead already. 13 of Rowdy trying to look under that 20. No dice. The 20 still, again, able to carry a lot of speed off the high line in the corners. Rowdy's going to have to settle for P2. Rose said in pre-race he did not want to be a bridesmaid yet again. He finished second to Lucky Dog the last 3 weeks during the Pro League qualifying races. He did not want to finish second tonight. He's up front, led all laps, like you said. I don't think he's going to let go. He's going to try his very, very best to hold on. Can he actually lead all 200 laps that these guys are going to run here tonight?
I'm not going to place any money on it. I mean, I think he can, but, that's tough to do here in NNR because of all the talent that's around him. You also got to think about cautions while under the wrong time. I mean, I guess you really can't say he led every single lap. I think people stayed out a little bit longer, but there's Rowdy trying to get up underneath of him in turns 3 and 4. He's got a good run off of turn 4 as they're battling it out now, Pete, for the race lead.
Yep, but again, the 20th CGMX Rose, as I walked from the back deck lid of the 1 car of God Power, the 13 of Rowdy just did not have the bite off the corner in order to stay even with the 20 and try to outbrake him without actually washing up again going into the corner. These two have been the class of the field. The 1 of God Power's been right there. Sledgehammer, he's also still right there, running really, really close. And then I believe that's the 6 car of Heated Snowman right there now in 5th. Or is that that's the 34 of Finesse still.
Yeah, 34 of Finesse still running in 5th place. Now there's a little bit of gap between Finesse and 6th place back there, trying to get a number on it. It looks like that's going to be the 88 of Dohar, actually running in 6th place as he's coming under pressure now from that 00. The Gooses Dohar checking out of it, but he checked out of it a little bit too much because that's going to allow the 48 of the Aviator to get there. The 8 of Smitty's there as well. There's that 42 of Amore Smoke. Dohar in trouble, losing a ton of positions. They're banging doors down the front stretch.
Yeah, a little bit of contact there between the 88 and the 48 that allowed the 8 car of Smitty to really gain a little bit of time. He's got that inside line. He's got had a fender to the inside of the 48, but the 48 got a great launch off the corner. The 8 car just going to tuck right back in behind, and then there's that 42 of Amore Smoke starting to silently move his way on up. A battle here between the 48 and 88 now, with the 8 going to be the deciding factor. Is going to give that 48 a big shove all the way down the front stretch with the draft. 48 moving on up.
Yeah, 48 picking up a position. There's that 8 of Smitty looking to pick up the position as well off of turn 2. Slide job on an 88 of Dohar. Dohar loses 2 positions in 1 lap. Here comes that 42 of Amore Smoke, though, We're looking to capitalize. Looks like we might got a wounded gazelle out there on the track, and his name is Dohar as they come around turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, More Smoke almost had a fender on the inside of that 88 in that last corner, but wasn't able to complete it. Dohar got a great launch off the corner. Might have been a little bit of traffic. He's got 17 of Sully right behind him. Good to see Sully running really, really strong. And yeah, they're right now, even though there's an eventual challenge between these guys, they're all keeping it really clean. Nobody's dive bombing these really, really tight corners. We've had just one caution besides the stage break. Other than that, a lot of clean racing, a little bit of contact now and then, but nothing really that's gonna cause some pit road activity later on.
You hope not. But getting up towards the front, Pete, with the 3 leaders, they're actually starting to break away. Still, CJMX Rose is going to be the race leader. 13 of Rowdy running in P2. 1 of God Power running in P3. Now there's a little bit of gap between God Power and P4. That's going to be the 34 of Stay Finesse. 47 of Sledgehammer drops back to P5. They're starting to fall off the pace just a little bit to these top 3 cars.
Yeah, top 3 have really been up there all night long. Looks like the 20th CGMX Rose might have his sights set on the first car to try to lap. And since he's doing that and getting closer and closer, I'm going to guess that we're getting pretty close to our first, to the first round of pit stops. It should be our only round in stage 2 if they've actually got a pit. We did have a caution in this stage. I'll take a look at a More Smoke stream, see how he's sitting.
95 of Kamal up into the wall in turns 1 and 2. He clobbered that thing. He's got heavy damage on that right front of his 95 Procore Toyota machine. That's going to be a killer.
Yeah, I was up there. I was actually looking at Amore, but I was following right along with the 20 CGMX Rose and the 13 Rowdy, with the 1 giving that 13 a big push all the way down the straightaway. And Kamal was looking pretty solid before in that little bit of a pack with Dohar just got wicked loose off of Amore's stream. We'll have to see if that brings out any kind of an issue, but they've got More Smoke is now up to P9. Next time he comes across the start-finish line, I'll get us not only a lap count, but see how many laps they've run so far in stage 2. That'll give us an indicator as when we might start seeing some green flag pitting.
I think we're going to be seeing them come down definitely within the next 10 laps or so. But like you said, we got to be getting around, 22-ish laps maybe left in the stage. You maybe play a little bit of strategy. Maybe take just right side tires in a 10.5. That's something these guys are going to have to think of. Pete, if I'm these guys, that's something I'm definitely not going to be doing, especially on 3 times wear.
Yeah, no, you can't. Man, it's really going to depend on, I guess, on what kind of preset you're running, how loose your car is, and first time comes across the line. They've got 29 to go, so I'm guessing stage 2 is just a little bit longer than stage 1, and then the last stage is like the monster. The Xfinity race was 180 laps. These guys are running 200 laps, so I don't know if they would have been able to pick up on any strategy. Most people had to have about 6 laps in the bank for their last stage. So they were just able to go down, maybe just right sides and half a can, save as much as they could. But I'm on that 95 of Kamal right now, and yeah, his hood's up in his face.
Yeah, you hate to see that. He's got the speed almost every single week. It's just like he can't finish it. He's got like a bad luck juju doll out there that someone is just playing with. Every time he's running good, something bad just happens to him. I fully expect him to turn that luck around. He's going to get a win, I think, this season. It's just a matter of when. But up here towards the front, CJMX Rose is starting to stretch the lead just a bit. Got a 3 to 4 car length lead as they come off of turn 2.
Yeah, Kamal sent me a message a while back saying his biggest priority was really making the chase before tonight's race. I think he was just sitting about 25 points outside of 16th, which is held right now by Dan the Lawn Man. As you see, actually the points scroll across the bottom of the screen. Dan the Lawn Man is 252 points behind your current leader, Rowdy. So still some room to make up. But if Kamal's gonna make that chase, he's got to have a phenomenal Dover, which he was really strong at last year before him and Rowdy got tangled together. I expect him to be strong at Daytona. Have plenty of draft partners there with Dirty Air Racing, and then Darlington. I mean, that's a skill track and a very one groove racetrack where you've got to put in the time if you're going to be fast. So three really great tracks coming up for that 95.
Yeah, and he could definitely get the wins there without a doubt. As I think we're probably going to start seeing people come down pit road, more smoke getting wicked loose. He was either singling, he's coming down, or he got wicked loose. I think he's got wicked loose because he is not coming down this time, by. So everybody is fighting a loose condition off of turn 2.
Yeah, the last time I was on a more smoke stream, he was sitting in P9. Right now, he was in 10th. A little bit of a battle there with the 47 at Sledgehammer. So Sledgehammer's actually, he's lost a few spots since the beginning of this stage. I think he restarted in 5th. He's now battling a more smoke right now for 9th.
Yeah, and Striker out in chat saying blown engine. You hate to see it for the 19 car. He was up there running decent, if I'm not mistaken, running in a top 15 running order early on here tonight. Terrible thing for him.
Yeah, Striker, he's had some really bad instances happen here lately, whether it was in the truck or Xfinity, the Cup. It would definitely see that 19 on pit road far more than I'm sure he wants to. More and more people are starting to signal that they're going to be heading down pit road. They've got to take that access road again, which is really slick, covered by grass on both sides. You got to hit that just right. You've got markers going down pit road, letting you know. They kind of count you down to 3 lines and 2 lines and 1 line. You got to have it woed up to 45 mile an hour. Otherwise, you got an additional 15 seconds tacked onto that. So not only your pit road time to get any changes done, 4 tires, gas. If you got any damage you elect to repair, that's extra time. Plus speeding, you're talking a lap and a half, you're going to fall back.
Yeah, without a doubt, and green flag pit stops are underway. Here's a 34, a Stay Finesse. He's down pit road right now, getting his service done to finish it out in stage number 2. So these leaders should be coming down here shortly. If you're Rowdy, I think you play the same strategy. You saw how much time he made up on CGMX Rose the last time when he pitted about 4 to 5 laps earlier. I think Rowdy does it again, and I think Rowdy possibly wins stage 2.
It's absolutely very possible.
There he goes.
Very cool. And you know what? There's another thing that's going to be a plus for these guys that are pitting early as we watch the 34 State Finesse come out of his pit box, get off pit road, and merge back into traffic. The guys that are pitting by themselves, they're not going to have to worry about these recent pit road changes that the game has tried to fix, but they actually made it a little bit worse. You can very easily end up inside of or around another car and get spun around. It used to be just lag damage where the car would ghost. Now the car stays solid if you make contact. So it's not necessarily the best if you come with a pack of cars. You really want to try to do that by yourself if at all possible. So Finesse, Rowdy, I'm guessing CGMX Rose is going to wait or maybe come down, not sure, but we are definitely starting to see more and more takers down pit road.
Yeah, and you saw the 20 car here. He pit 1 lap after the 13 of Rowdy. I think he realized last time when Rowdy pitted earlier than him that Rowdy gained a ton of time on his lead. He had probably about a 25 car length lead on Rowdy. He cut it down to 10. Rose realizing that, so this is a good strategy call from CGMX Rose with laps widened down in stage 2. I think we're going to have a battle on our hands as they come off of pit road. Only a matter of where is Rowdy as he's coming out of turn 4, possibly down the front stretch. Rose is off the track. There goes Rowdy right by him in turns 1 and 2. So Rowdy is going to take the race lead as things cycle through.
Yeah, I just caught right back up to what you were saying. The 13 of Rowdy flashed by that 20 as he was just at the very, very exit of pit road. Now we'll have to see if that 20, as hooked up as that car has been, he's had that clean air. Now he's going to have to fight Rowdy. Once some more smoke comes on by the start-finish line, I will get us a lap count. We've definitely got to be winding down. I would say probably under 20, if at least, if not a little less. And Rowdy's going to have to really hold off that 20. He's going to be coming hard.
Yeah, the 20 car is definitely going to be trying to catch him. He wants to get maximum points he can to be able to build his lead on the point standings. We know after stage 1, CGMX Rose is your new points leader here in the Cup Series in NNR No Name Racing League. He's gained that. He's got a 3-point advantage over that 42 car of a More Smoke. He wants to pile it on. He wants to be the regular season champion here in NNR.
Yeah, and I'm actually on the back deck lid of the 20th CGMX Rose. I was mentioning earlier how he was really running about a lane off the rumble strips in 1 and 2, and then on the rumble strips in 3 and 4. As I'm watching him now, he is actually all over those strips in both at both ends of the track. So he's really trying to cut the track as much as he can, the shortest time around. The 13 is going to have a car in front of him here in just a second. He's going to have to hope that car gives him the lane, gets out of the way. Otherwise, it's just going to allow the 20th CGMX Rose to make up that much more time. And as we say that, it is happening. The 13 has caught the draft of that almost lapped down car, and the 20 is closing in little bit by little bit. I hear that shark song. Or either that, or he's pulling an old Tony Stewart here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
I'm here to baby shark. That's what I'm hearing now, because this is hashtag Grow with Rose the baby here at NNR, and we are baby sharking it, baby. He's trying to hunt down that 13 of Rowdy here in stage 2.
Yeah, you know what? Rowdy probably caught one of the best drivers to hope that would get out of his way. He caught up to the 12 car at Knights, who must have a bit of an ailing machine right now, because Knights just flat out got out of his way. No competition whatsoever. Did not try to hold up either the leader or CGMX Rose. He said, you know what, you guys go on by, you duel it out, and once some more smoke comes on by, I'll get us that lap count. I said I'd get about 5 laps to go, and we are at 14 to go, HD.
Yeah, so there you go. You were right. We would have been at 19 5 laps ago. So we were under 20. So 1 point on the board for repeat here in the booth. So yeah, with 14 to go, I just don't know if Rowdy's actually going to be able to hang on to this race league, because like you said, that 20 car has been closing in. He's got it down to about a 3 car length lead. And if you're right about the draft, this will quickly dwindle down to him on his bumper with well over 10 to go. Now the question is, how aggressive will Rose be here in the closing stages of stage 2?
Yeah, I tell you what, Rowdy really cooked the car into that last corner, went up high on entry, and Rose cooked it in the center off. I'm guessing he got back to the throttle. So as much time as Rose could have made on that last corner, they actually stayed right at the same distance they were. But Rose is absolutely booking it into this corner. He's running that line that he was running before, kind of a middle groove, getting in, down on the rumble strips, coming off. So he's got a great turning car, very, very free. He's closing in more and more on that 13. He might even have an entry coming off this corner. Nope, not this time.
Yeah, he drove it there into 1 and 2. Coming off the corner, he lost a little bit of speed. Rowdy's going to open that up to a 3 car length lead down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Rose kind of diving in yet again. And 3 and 4, this is going to stay 3 car lengths coming out of turn 4 down the front stretch. The battle is on for the winner in stage 2.
Yeah, these again, max points here coming to the end of stage 2. You really see the 20th CGMX Rose able to dive that car in because it's not going to affect Rowdy's line. He can dive it in all he wants as long as there's no contact. Rose is still back by about a car length and a half Looks like Rowdy got in a little too hot again. Rose really them into them rumble strips, almost like we're at a road course. Not able to gain as much time as he thought he might. But you got to figure Rose pitted after Rowdy. Are Rowdy's tires going to fall off that much more? Here we go.
Yeah, Rowdy with a huge bobble out of turn 2. Rose closed the gap in a hurry. Was looking low down a backstretch into turn 3. Now Rose messing up a bit with his entry into turn 3. He should be able to possibly get a good run off of turn 4, though. With that being said, it's still going to remain 2 car lengths between the two down the front stretch.
Yeah, down the front stretch. Now looking back, looking ahead to that 13. These guys are really battling hard. These guys had a whole lot of history last year. This year, things have kind of simmered down between them. But with all these points on the line, does Rose use that little bit of a bumper, or is Rowdy worrying so much about him that he's missing his corners more and more? Here's a little bit of a challenge from the 20. No dice this time, coming across the start-finish line. We've got to be right around 10 laps to go. I think Rose is going to have what it takes. He's going to get past this 13. It's just a matter of time.
And it's going to happen right here, I think, as they come out of turn 2 down a backstretch. They're door-to-door down into turn 3. Rose has got an advantage this time by entering low in turn 3. Rowdy might just be thinking what you're thinking. Rowdy holding strong on the high side, though. Pulling a little bit of power move, but Rose coming back. They're still door-to-door down the front stretch.
You got to give Rowdy a lot of credit for the line that he just ran. He knows the 20 is fast. He's not going to cut him off going into the corner, but Rowdy able to hold that line and hold the momentum on the high side. A little bit of contact with the wall, but the 13 is going to be able to hold on to it. New leader, 20, CGMX Rose to the point.
Yeah, CGMX Rose is out in front right now. I think the song is done for stage 2, barring any cautions. I think Rose sweeps stage 1, he sweeps stage 2. Can he sweep the race? I think Rowdy's got the speed to be able to upset him here tonight. It's going to be a good one. Pete, my pick's currently running 1 and 2.
I'll tell you what, one of my picks is right there in third. I'm not 100% sure. Well, actually, there's the 11 of Ingalls right now. Looking at Amore's feed, get us a lap count. I don't see Ingalls on his running order right now. Amore is actually way back in 18th, very unfamiliar territory for that always strong 42. But I talked to him a little bit. I heard him say something in pre-race that he had not turned a whole lot of laps at the track. He might be waiting for Dover. I know historically he's very, very strong there. Then you got Daytona, the great equalizer, and then everybody loves Darlington. It's a very technical track. You got to worry about your line, where you can go, where you can't go. That bottom groove always slick. 4 laps to go here at Gateway before we head off to stage 3. It's it's getting down to the line here, HD.
I'm gonna hit on something that you just mentioned. More saying that he didn't really get a whole lot of practice in this week, and this just goes to show you the death at NNR. I'm willing to say that Amore Smoke is probably one of the best default drivers in NASCAR Heat 4. Period. You don't put the work in NNR, it's gonna show, man. You're gonna finish outside the top 10 because everybody is so hungry to get there. Everyone's so hungry to get a win. These guys put hours in for this race, for this night, to be able to put on a show.
Yep, you mentioned that your guys were running first and second. Well, you know what? Right now, mine are running third, and a battle for fourth between the 11 of Ingalls, and I want to say that wasn't the 88. Not quite sure. Oh, I think that's the 48 of the Aviator back there. Nope. Who is that?
I think it's 48 Aviator.
In that blue car?
Yeah, he's running blue car.
All right, well, we'll go with that then. But yeah, pretty strong run for first, second, third, and fourth. We're getting better and better at these picking things. I don't know if we can use the winging it excuse anymore.
Oh no, I'm winging it. 100% I'm winging it.
Let's keep going through. Got to be winding down. Under 5 laps to go. Let's see. Trying to catch. All right, there's the 20. And there's the 20 and the 13 of CGM of 13 of Rowdy all over his back bumper going into the corner. And there's the stage, HD. So
Yep.
CGMX Rose able to go back-to-back stage wins. Guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break here. If you want to know how to follow... Yeah, there you go. If you want to know how to follow NNR on Twitter and Facebook, check us out.
Hey NNR fans, don't miss any of the action by following or subscribing to Repeat's Twitch channel. Turn on notifications and you'll always know when the best preset league on Xbox hits the track. Check out his YouTube channel too to see all of NNR's past races. Follow No Name Racing as well as Repeat 1975 and others on Twitter, and you'll never miss any of the action.
All right, we are back. As always, you don't miss a thing. We're getting ready to rack and stack these guys back up under the Gateway lights. Want to thank Dr. Banco and Jacob Garland, 334, for the follows. Yeah, Striker, more like that Michael Myers music as we head back to green with the 20th CGMX Rose on the pole. On the inside, one of God Power the outside, 13 of Rowdy, really coming strong from the center off. There's the 48 of the Aviator, 34 of Finessed in P5. That's your top 5 going down the backstretch, heading into turn 3, first and second. And third, just a little bit of a swap in position. Here comes the one of God Power, strong underneath that 20. Got the power down. One's going to have the inside line, preferred line, going into 1 and 2. Here we are in lap 2 of stage 3. A lot of racing so far, door to door. About to go a couple rows back. There they are, 3 wide, coming through the corner.
Take a breath, man. Take a breath. And there's a 13 Rowdy.
I get it. I get so into this, HD. I can't help it.
13 and Rowdy might need to take a breath because he hit the wall at a turn 2, lost a ton of spots, dropped back outside the top 10 after that mistake. What a God Power, though, showing up here late, sitting behind that 20 car CGMX Rose, and there's that sneaky 48 of the Aviator.
Yeah, sneaky 48, 34. I think that is, I'm not sure if that's the 8 up there. Let me kind of get back. There's the 34, behind the 34. They're not going to show it to me. Dang, camera angles. I think that might be, I think I see some Valvoline colors. That's Gohar right there.
Yeah, Dohar is actually running pretty good tonight here at... No, that's not Dohar. Dohar's way in the back.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Dohar's... Oh, yeah.
Is it? Now I hear that song. Who can it be? As I listen to, I mentioned you got a pretty good radio station up your way, old Jack FM. That's the kind of music they were playing all day long. I love it. My era. There you go. But
yeah, that's the old people music.
Old people station. That's what you said. But I don't quite know how to take that. But yeah, guys, tell your favorite interactive pod, whether it's that Google one or the other one. I don't want to say it right now because I don't want to hear it. But ask them to play Jack FM and you'll see what I'm talking about. Keep going through the field. Caught up with old Jose. There's the 6 of Heated Snowman giving the 21 of JCX12 a good push. JC's right now fighting with the 11 of Ingall's a little bit deeper in the pack. Able to clear the 11 with a little bit of a power move and a slide job to take that position as they come across the start-finish line to complete yet another lap. JC's been having a blast since he got that brand new G920 wheel, and it's good to see that 21 run strong every week.
Yeah, he's been running good here as of late, and here he is showing it yet again at Worldwide Technology Raceway. You know, that car you're talking about is actually going to be the 8 car, Smitty, I'm assuming. He's running pretty good. He's running in about 6th to 7th place in this 8 machine. You know, Smitty started the season really, really strong. I mean, he won the Daytona 250. He finished 2nd and 3rd, and then I think the races following that, kind of fell off in the mid-pack of the season, but here he is showing up again at the right time.
Yeah, showing up at the right time, and he is showing up in a beautiful Tracker Boats paint scheme. I actually really like that. I don't think I'd seen this paint scheme before. I'm not sure if it was a new release. It's got the rookie stickers on the back. No rookie behind that wheel, though. You mentioned it. He won Daytona in the Cup Series. The next week, he went on to win Richmond in the Xfinity Series, the series that he's like the head admin over. So yeah, old Smitty is having a great 2020 season.
Yeah, and we got a battle for second place actually brewing out. 40 the Aviator move him up to P2, move to 1 God Power, back possibly to P3 as we got the 34 Estate Finesse trying to pick up that position. Wasn't quite able to do it successfully. Now he's going to be under pressure from a 0-0 of Augustus down the front stretch into turn 1. He's not able to make it stick either, so they stay running the same.
Yeah, running the same. I see them trying now to dive underneath that car of God Powers. I'm watching back from that 48 of the Aviator, rocking those Brant colors. Kind of threw me off a little bit at the end of the last stage, but 34 under the 1, double of Bagus is going to try to follow the hole that the 34 created. Up front, though, not really much of a change. It's all that 20. The young gun CGMX Rose, right where he's been all race long. P1, won both stages, no sign of letting up, no damage to that 20 car. Been great getting on and off pit road. Rose having a spectacular race yet again. Could be going for 6 in a row.
I mean, he could be. I think the only other car I think that I've seen be able to kind of stay with him for a period of time is that 13 of Rowdy. Rowdy kind of caught himself in some trouble to start at stage 3 when he slapped the wall. He kind of needs a caution ASAP if he wants to be able to make up that ground and be able to try and win this thing.
Yeah, I just actually caught up with the 13 of Rowdy sitting right in front of the 22 of J-Paw, and 22 of J-Paw has the 38 of the one and only Mountain sitting right behind him. Good to see Mountain have a solid run, sitting right around P10, P12. Either way, very good, very solid run. Guy's been putting in a ton of laps, working with Boehner, working with Finesse, working with all of Rook Racing to get a better piece out on the track each and every week, and the points are starting to show for the guy. Just a quick shout out to him. We just watched that commercial on how to follow NNR. There's a couple others. We still got a diecast to give away. We got a Zazzle, a shop NNR commercial that we could show. Everything that you see for these breaks is courtesy of the one and only NNR Mountain, and we got to give him a thank you every as often as we can. I mean, the guy's been a great asset to NNR. He's helped you. Helped with ideas for both you and I as the season goes on, and there's still more to come. He's actually working on a Cup Series intro for us as we speak.
There we go.
Yeah,
man, he's definitely one of the guys here in NNR, the community. Everybody loves him. Great guy, and he really kind of does a lot for the league in general. So we all thank him for that. As getting back to the racing action out here on the track, kind of floating around. Everybody in the top half, all kind of single filed out.
Yeah, very single file. That's kind of the after effects of pit stops. However, they're like this now after just the end of a stage. One good thing I can say that came out of that stage break, though, I just landed on that Procore 95, and it looks like his pit crew did a phenomenal job. They've got that 95 back in shape. I don't see a dent on that car anywhere. Looks great under the gateway lights, and he looks like he's making up a little bit of time on the 37 Viper.
Yeah, 95 for James Paul is definitely looking good as they're trying to cycle through the field to find them. Definitely still a challenge to field. There he is. Got him. Yep, he's all cleaned. He's all squared away. He's got the 43 of Jose, I think, actually in front of him. That's going to be the 11 of Ingalls. Ingalls, man, he starts up front in a lot of these races, but just kind of finds himself towards the back of the pack in the end.
Yeah, I don't know. Him and Rose are teammates. You know they share information. I don't know if Ingall's. Man, I don't want to talk any kind of negative way about the guy. I don't know if he puts in as many laps as Rose does. Rose has been all in place with the qualifying for the pro league. You know, getting his video together for the teams to look at, see what the young gun is like. And he's done a phenomenal job on the track. Both him and Lucky Dog have, and I don't know if Ingalls is just um, able to put in the same amount of time that Rose is, or is Rose just liking a different preset than Ingalls? I really couldn't say.
Well, that does kind of play in effect, because I could give you a setup that works really well for me, but for you, that thing could be looser than a goose, and you just can't drive it down a straightaway. It's all personal preference when it comes to adjustments. And yes, there is adjustments in default. A lot of people just think that's like it's default. You all run the same stuff. Not necessarily. Tire pressures and wedge and all those things, they do a lot to the car, especially when you jack the right rear up, get those heats in the tires. It's going to be loose, man. So there is setups involved here in default.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I tell you what, I think it's harder to run one of these cars than it is to run a car with a setup. You can build a setup to get the car to move the way you want with a governed preset slider that you can go off of. Wedge, tire pressure, and tape is all these guys have to get their car to turn better, or you know free it up, try to get it as neutral as you want it on a place like a road course or something like that. But this track, I didn't realize how grippy this track is and how much it wears on these Eagle tires. It's actually very, very coarse. It kind of reminds me of an Atlanta. So you got Bill's Legend out there. I wonder if Rose realizes he's like Kyle Busch in 2008, just dominating every race. I don't know, man. I don't know what he thinks about the season he has. I know that he's liking the way that he sits right now in points, especially with picking up both stage wins. He will be your new points leader if More Smoke can't pull a rabbit out of the hat before the end of the race. And then Sublime Strike checking in, saying, "Yep, big Gateway. He loves it. We love it. This is when all is said and done here. It's going to be 200 laps for these Cup guys here at Worldwide Technology Raceway, or Old Gateway. They've been getting after it since the drop of the green, though. I can tell you that."
Yeah, without a doubt. And you need a lap count here. Laps got to be winding down. Probably 40 to go? More than likely, I want to say around that ballpark.
We're going to have to about double that there, but we've got 86 laps remaining. Stage 3 is the longest of the stages, but there won't be any shortage of competition on the track, I'll tell you that. And we were talking about a More Smoke being a little bit further back in the pack for the race. I'm guessing he might be getting a little bit of tidbit of information here and there, because he is in P10 right now, trying to pass the 38 of Mountain for P9, and he's going to have his sights set on the 21 of JCX12. A little bit of contact there, I believe, between the 88 of Dohar, I think, because the 42 just went straight to the wall, and the 88 was able to get by him. We'll have to see if anything plays out off that.
Yeah, a little tidbit. I think that's just a More Smoke getting laps in, honestly.
Yeah.
You said, man, he's one of the best in default on the game, period. I think he's finally logged, about 80 laps. I think he's starting to figure this puppy out. He's in the top 10 running. He's putting pressure on that 88 of Dohar once he gets clear of him, which I think he will. Looking a little bit low that time out of turn 2. Wasn't quite able to get the run he thought.
Yeah, not quite there. And it looks like off of a Moore's feed, his tire light has actually just come on, so he's going to start getting really, really free. He's going to want to start thinking about working his way down pit road. They're sitting at 117 of 200 laps, so 83 to go. His fuel saying he's got 2 left. You mentioned Dohar said he was going to try to win it on fuel. We'll have to see if Dohar's going to try to stretch this out any more past the 42. Moore's going to have to come into pit road. And just as we say that, there's the 88 ducking down towards pit lane now. So Moore's actually going one lap further than the 88.
Yeah, so that's definitely a good stretching of the Moore smoking 42. As we're getting up here with the race leaders, I would imagine CJ Rose is down pit road. Yep, here he is actually coming off of pit road down the backstretch. There's a 42 coming around turns 2 right now. He should be coming down this time by.
Yep, 42 ducking down, getting really, really low to that line, hitting pit road as you speak. And you see the 20 flash on by. It looks like the 42 might have got a little bit of the grass there. You know, those tires screaming the way they were. You know, he didn't have much grip left once he hit the brakes. Got it load up to 45 mile an hour, more smoke down pit lane.
Yeah, he's down.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Yeah, I was saying CJ Rose right now, he's got the entire track to himself. The only car in front of him, I think that might be the 6 of Heated Snowman, about 10 cars in front of him. The 6 just went across the start-finish lane, finish line. There we go. And the 20 not too far off. 20's definitely making hay on these 4 new field groups.
Did it make this 100% race?
This is 100%, yes, sir.
Good Lord.
Yep, that's why I messaged you this morning. Said, hey man, you ready for 200 laps at Gateway? And when you said, oh yeah, I thought you knew.
Why don't we get a say in this, man?
Oh, I tell you. Well, that's kind of what I was saying earlier. If they were to just run the 50%, that is that's their MO. They could go all of stage 1 without a pit, all of stage 2 without a pit, and like one pit and a little bit of maybe like 1 tire and a half a can to finish it out. So they didn't think that there'd be a whole lot of strategy in play with just 50%. So they added it on. But I gotta say, the Xfinity guys, they went 180 laps. I guess it's kind of fitting that the Cup guys, being the top level, they're running 20 more laps in Xfinity. So I guess it sounds about right. But still pretty long.
It's freaking long, man. It's
Well, they're clicking off laps at about 33 seconds a lap. I don't think it's 80 is a big number, yeah, but it's gonna fly by just as fast as the 2 first stages did.
I'll take your word for it, Pete. So we'll be done by 11.
Maybe, maybe. Kind of catching back up. Found the one of God Power, one of my picks. Him and the 11 of Ingalls. I just saw the 11 flash on by. He's like 2 or 3 spots in front of this Monster 1 car, and running pretty good right now. Right now, it's showing the 20th CJ Rose is still your leader. He has led every lap except for a few that Rowdy was able to lead after coming out of pit road before it. Just goes to show what fresh tires can do. Right now, More Smoke is in 13th. My second pick, Ingalls, is in 14th. So pretty good run. Hopefully Ingalls will have a better finish than where he's running right now. But man, for the 2 to be as high as they are in the standings, surrounded by everybody else that has a win, that goes to show for their year's finishes as well. Nobody is just giving points in this league.
Oh no, not without a doubt. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That this is like one of the toughest competition league out there, in my opinion. It's just played in pairs. Competition level goes, and we're seeing it here tonight. As I'm looking at the 13 or Rowdy, Rowdy does really need that caution to come out if he's going to want a shot at this. We know he's got the car to be able to hang with that 20 as CJ Rose through an entire field run. Kind of caught himself in that trouble, like we said in stage 3. He really needs it.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of damage on that right front as he ducks down underneath the 8 of Smitty. I think maybe Smitty kind of let him go. Not 100% sure, but now he's got his sights set on that double O of Augustus. And yeah, the more points he can make up, that's going to be more points that he's going to close in on a more smoke. I don't think he'll push him more back to P3 in the overall standings, but CGMX Rose will definitely be your points leader once this race is finished as we head towards Dover next week.
Yeah, we know Rowdy's actually won 3 in a row, 2 in a row there at Dover, if I'm not mistaken. He had that infamous race last year, I think on Heat 3, or maybe it was this year, where he actually got in a wreck with Kamal on the last lap. We were going wild on that one, so Rowdy's really looking forward to Dover to make it, I think, a 3-peat.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He won both races there last year, and yeah, he said there was a little bit of lag, and it shot Kamal down onto the apron, and Kamal said, "Oh, he got on the apron and took me out," and back and forth. But in the end, it was Rowdy to the finish for the win there. We'll have to see what that car is like next week. I think he said he's actually going to run this same scheme for the rest of the year, pay tribute to the one and only NNR Cowboy that's done so well here in NNR this year. So that speaks pretty highly of Mountain or Cowboy as well.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, man. Here he is showing that he's got the 00 of Augustus right in front of him. Top 10 battle going on right now. Let's see how aggressive Rowdy will be coming down the backstretch. He was peaking down low into turn 3. The 00 Augustus washed off the track. There's Rowdy to pounce on him. Coming off of turn 4. Rowdy with the slide job. Move 1, +1 for Rowdy.
Yeah, so saying he got past that 8 car, he just got past that 00. 00's got quite a bit of hood damage as well. Not quite sure how, unless I'm sure he just came out of pit road, so he would have had a chance to correct it. Either that or just, he did fix it on pit road, just the game didn't fix the graphic on that car. But either way, another position for Rowdy. Now he's got his sights set. I believe that is the 47 of Sledgehammer in front of him, or it could be the 37, not 100% sure. Guys that are out there in chat, please, if you like what you've seen so far, head on over, smash that follow button, hit the subscribe if you can. If you subscribe, you never see commercials as the stream goes on. You get special emojis when all is said and done, and Twitch sends out those checks. I'm gonna be purchasing some items from either NASCAR.com or NNR apparel.com to give out to our subscribers. I'd love to call your name out, talk to you. Please, by all means, don't be bashful. Say hey. HD and I won't bite, I promise. A little bit of lag there between the 00 and the 13 with the 8 right behind, but yeah, hit that follow button, hit the subscribe, and pound that notification so you know every time we go live, whether it's on Sunday, Tuesday, or Thursday night. Most times right at 9 o'clock Eastern. It's always great to see you. And not quite sure. LaFave,
Yeah, Rowdy.
good to see you, sir.
Rowdy and the 00 is going at it here. The last 2 to 3 laps, they've been swapping paint, swapping positions. Looks like the 8 of Smitty might get the last lap after this is all said and done. He finds himself on the outside of the 13 of Rowdy. 00 with Augustus lost about 5 car lengths as they were running. Rowdy edges out the 8 of Smitty coming down the front stretch into turn 1.
Yeah, now I can be definitive or definitely tell you who's sitting in front of that 13. That's going to be the 2 cars, Stout Whiskey. Stout has taken over for admin responsibilities for this race, so he'll be sure to get all the points from the night over to the one and only Coey. Make sure when he updates all this, they get it all tallied up and get people where they belong. Yeah, LaFave, we've had some great battles all night long. The one and only CGMX Rose has led the most laps, led both of the first two stages. We've got about 70 laps to go here in stage 3. Thanks for checking in, sir. Always good to see you.
It's whiskey time. Yeah, Stout Whiskey's up here. I don't know if this is actually for position or if he's actually going a lap down. I don't see any damage on him, but I don't really remember Stout Whiskey running in a top 10. Maybe he's running a little bit of fuel strategy, Pete, as he's just letting the 13-8 and the 00 go by. I think Stout's running the fuel mileage game.
Could very well be. Like you just said, those guys got on by him. Now he's got the 00 of Augustus right behind. We'll have to see if he lets Goose go low as he stays high, or if he's going to go down low, maybe let Augustus go up high. But yeah, Goose is closing in, and Goose actually has a lot more damage than that too. Oh, a little bit of contact between the two. Sent Stout Whiskey up towards the wall. He's able to save it, though. No damage to that MGD car. Old Rusty Wallace throwback. Looks pretty good under these lights.
Yeah, I think green flag pit stops are actually going underway. Saw a few cars trickling down pit road. So second green flag pit stops in the final stage about to happen.
Yep, more and more as just catch up with the 20th CGMX Rose as he flashed by the exit of pit road. See the one car God Power coming out. So God Power is going to be on 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods. Have to see what kind of time he's able to make up on the 20 CGMX Rose. God Power's been around the top 2, top 3. Well, inside the top 5 all night long. It's going to be another positive night in the points for that one. And we'll have to see how many more laps this 20 stays out.
He's got a big enough lead. I mean, he can have a few more laps if he wanted to. He might even do that. You might be losing some time, but at the end of the day, if you go 2 more laps in second place, they're probably only going to be to your bumper when you come off of pit road.
Yeah, probably kind of keeping an eye on the 11 of Ingalls here as he's sitting in his pit road car, rocking back and forth a little bit, showing the tires going on and coming off, getting fueled back up, leaving the pits, taking the access road all the way out, following that very, very narrow corridor as they get to the end of that, merge back up on the track, nobody around them, clean merge as I think this is the 20th CGMX Rose right behind him. Is that the young gun about to lap the 11? I hope not. We'll have to see how this plays out. That's really close. That would mean Rose has quite a few cars a lap down already.
Yeah, I think Rose does have quite a few cars a lap down. Yeah, that is actually CGMX Rose in a 20 right behind that 11 of Ingalls. We got another car coming up off of pit road. I think that might be the 12 of Knights or 22 of J. Paul, maybe. I don't know. It's the yellow car. But actually, here comes Rose. He's coming down for his service in the final stage.
Yeah, that car that he flashed on by, the one car of God Power just whipped by him as the 20 of CGMX Rose went down pit road. So we'll have to, I'm going to keep it right here with the one to see how much time he made up on the 20 since he pit a lap or 2 before the 20. So the one car just went on by. I did not see the 20 anywhere near him. So that would have been the 1 lap that he made up. So let's see if he comes out anywhere close to the 20 as he goes down the back stretch right now. Heading, front stretch. We'll have to see if he meets up with the 20 close to the exit of the pits. Right now, I still see just the 88, and I think that's the 22. I don't see, I don't see the 20 at all. So
I think they were already a lap down. I think when you pit, you go at least 1 lap down.
Yeah, and I thought when the one car went by the first time, that would have been him getting his lap back since Rose stayed on the track, and then he'd meet up somewhere pretty close, and we'd be able to see Rose from his back deck lid coming out of the pits that second lap. But nope, it wasn't meant to be. We'll have to catch up with Rose another day. Let's see. There's the 13 of Rowdy. Dohar going down pit road right now. Here's the 12 of Knights flashing on by. 17 of Sully. There's a 95 of Kamal working his way down pit road. 34 of Finesse. 43 of Jose. Good to see him back here in NNR. Got everything squared away at home. Able to be here a bit more consistent than before. 38 of Mountain slowing it up. There's a Goose, the Smitty, Pro Viper, J-Pa. Boy, everybody but Rose. Where are they at?
Moses is out here. Moses is out here. He's running down the backstretch right now.
There he is. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
All by himself.
Yeah, all by his lonesome. That's how it's been for a lot of this race, other than Rowdy kind of being, he's been kind of in cruise control at the point guard. CJ Rose has been doing as he comes off the front stretch. I think once the cycle's through, he's going to still be a race leader. I don't even see anybody really behind him or in front of him. It's kind of weird.
No, and I tell you what, the guy might be playing a little bit of strategy other than the 2-car of Stout Whiskey. I'm actually watching a more smoke pit right now, and he's pitting from the lead. So he stayed out a few more laps again. We've got 56 laps to go with the full tank of fuel. They can go 25. Do you think between 2 runs they can save 6 laps of fuel? We know that Amour's got a shifter, Rose has a shifter, Stout Whiskey has a shifter. Obviously, Dohar has been great at saving fuel. Do you think one of those 4 that might be going an extra lap or 2 could save 6 laps over 56?
Yeah, I think you definitely save 6 laps over 56 laps, but you gotta do it earlier. You gotta do it sooner or later. I think Rose, with his lead that he has, definitely start saving those laps, and that's only gonna help him in the long run.
Yeah, we'll have to see how these guys play out, because Rose has a commanding lead. I mean, he's up front, not looking back. The competition that he had earlier, the 1-car God Power, the 13 of Rowdy, he's had some issues. The 48 of the Aviator, he was able to keep early tabs on this 20. But right now, the 20, he is on rails, setting sail, trying to make it 6 in a row if you don't count not getting both wins at Pocono. But he has won at the last I want to say 6 tracks. If I pull up the NNR points here, Powder, good to see you. The 34 of Boehner. I'm sorry, not Boehner. Finesse. I just saw him. I can find him right quick. As there he is. As I pull up the current NNR standings, see where Rose is at. Besides the lead tonight, and hasn't let go. Don't expect him to either. All right. So yeah, Rose has won the last 5 in a row. He had 1 win earlier in the season, and since then the kid has been on the tear. Nobody in Cup has won except for that 1 race at Pocono besides Rose. I mean, the kid's just been phenomenal. All that practice, I think, for this and the practice for the Pro League and whatnot, I think he's learned a little bit more about tire pressure, a little bit more about tape, where he likes the wedge. I just think he's really picked up on something, and all that additional track time has meant a ton to the kid.
Oh yeah, definitely. But you look ahead of him, he's got a lot of cars in front of him. I mean, there's that 95. Come on, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more cars that he's gonna have to fight through. Gonna have to put a lap down, and one of them is actually the 42 of a more smoke. He's only 2 cars in front of this kid.
Yeah, looks like Kamal's got some damage again to that left front. I remember a while back in a race that you called, where I was in the Xfinity series. The car looked a little bit like a modified. Well, yeah, that the left front of Kamal is sticking out the same way. Definitely has some fender damage, as the 20 of CGMX Rose really closing in on this 95 Procore Toyota machine. Kamal, being the gentleman he is, moves up, allows the 20 to go on by. No sense in trying to hold him up. And also right now behind that 95 is the two cars, Stout Whiskey. So Stout trying to maybe keep up with this 20. If he is a lap down, be the first car one lap down, maybe, not quite sure. We need the tools. We'll have to see how it pans out.
Yeah, and Rose actually is closing in pretty quick to this group of cars. In front of them looks like 43 Jose, 42 a More Smoke, one a God Power, and possibly it's blue, maybe the 48 of the Aviator. I'm not too sure on that, but he's definitely closing in.
Yeah, Rose, that car's on rails tonight. I mean, he is in his own zip code. This track is a mile long. It's almost like he's flattened it out, and he's in another part of the Gateway. he's, there's really no other competition, or we'll have to see if a caution comes out, if anybody is able to keep up with him on a restart, try to fend him off, make their car 2 and 3 wide, block them, or do whatever they got to do, because otherwise this kid is not going to be denied tonight.
Yeah, without a doubt, and definitely running good. 2-car Stout Whiskey's actually able to hang in there just a bit. Getting on with the 13 of Rowdy. He's finally able to get by that 47 of Sledgehammer. So Rowdy, if I'm not mistaken, back up into the top 5. He made a nice rebound after slapping a wall at a turn 2 on the drop of the green flag and the start of the final stage. So you hate to see it. I think he's got the car that can possibly beat that 20 of CGMX Rose. Little mistake out of him, but he's finally worked his way back into the top 5.
Yeah, Rowdy continuing to move up. He's got that interstate lightning bolt on his side, and I'm thinking of maybe a +5 horsepower to old Rowdy tonight. I tell you, I love that interstate battery throwback. I love it when Cowboy runs it, and I think it really suits Rowdy tonight. That dark green with the bolts along the side. Yeah, that's quickly becoming a favorite, right along with the blue and yellow Napa car that I forget his name, ran earlier this season, kind of an old Earnhardt Senior throwback. Let's keep going through.
Yeah, trying to find some battles out here on track.
Yeah,
I think a More Smoke might be done for the night. Are you seeing that?
We're on pit road.
Yeah.
I see. I don't see that car moving around at all.
What about a stream?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Hopefully you didn't call it quits, because I need him. Up, Moore has looks like he's folded it in for the night. Either that or something happened. I don't know if he lost connection or what. Actually, you know what? Remember that problem we had last week with JCX12, where we thought he was on pit road and he was actually still on the track?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Amore's pulling. Amore is actually out on track. He's in P8. He's got 15 laps left in the tank. Or is that just... No, something's going on with his stream. I don't know. I think he might be experiencing some internet issues, but I'm going to get back out on track here and keep things moving. We'll see where Amore finishes a little bit later on. I think he's actually done now. And I don't think there's anybody else running that is streaming. Let's see, Striker lagged out or something happened with him earlier. I don't think there's anybody else. So that was our one and only tool for tonight, unfortunately. Let me double check. Yeah, I don't see JPA or anybody else streaming. So we are gonna have to do our best and wing it the best we can, as always, HD, and see where it takes us.
Well, borrowing any fuel saving that we wouldn't be able to tell anyway, we can definitely say that the 20 cars TJ Rose more than likely has this thing wrapped up for the win as he's able to get by the 43 of Jose and the 4 of Natty Dread, so put them a lap down. Rose is on rails right now. We got cars going down pit road. It looks like the 21 of JCX 12 going for his third green flag pit stop here in the final stage.
Yep. What's it called? So he's asking where Finesse was earlier, and it looks like Boehner went ahead and answered, said that he's in second. So I'm guessing Boehner is in a party with old Finesse right now, getting a little bit of rundown from the driver of the 34. So good run right now for Stay Finesse. Bot play said, "Yep, a more smoke loss connection." And with that, not sure if he was having some other issues, but he went ahead and backed out. So he's actually going to lose quite a bit of points tonight. I'm not quite sure how Coe will count that.
Oh, we
but,
got a car around.
um,
We have a car around in turn 4. I don't know if it's just game lag or what. It looked like there might have been a 12 of Knights
Yep.
sideways on pit road. It just might be lag though. I mean, we're staying green, so
Yep, just saw the 37 of Pro Viper flash on by, and I saw the 12 of Knights peeling up off the wall, back out on track, allowing the 37 to go. So there were no issues. So he was able to merge back in with no problem. See the 37 kind of saying that he's going to be coming down pit road. Whole lot of speed onto that access road. Again, that's really, really slick grass on both sides. Really got to get that load up to 45, otherwise you're just going to compound that problem.
man, there's a 48 car. The Aviator coming up off pit road. We know he's got a good, strong running. He might be running in a 5, possibly third place. He's going to come out just outside behind Smitty, behind that 00 of Augustus. We got more cars coming down pit road. Looks like that's going to be the 47, possibly a Sledgehammer going down for his green flag pit stop.
Yeah, Sledgehammer adding to the list of those going down pit road. I think everybody will have to pit one more time. Nobody is going to be able to make it, and you can't take just fuel. Tires are so close to popping at the end of your fuel run. They will have to take at least right sides and a can or whatever it is that they need. Lefebvre out there saying nice Mike Skinner throwback for the Aviator. I was trying to place it, but I couldn't. It does kind of look like the old AOL car a little bit. Yeah, pretty close. Not too far off. It looks pretty good. 47 Sledgehammer working his way off pit road as the 20th CGMX Rose pulls right in behind that Park 19 of Striker. 47 got that damage fixed up. He's gonna blend into the track as you see the 12 car and Knights goes flashing on by. Go hard. Let's see. 17 is Sully coming out right next to the 43. No competition there. Still going on. Still going through here. HD. That's right. His Lowe's car, not the AOL car. What was I thinking? You're right.
Ooh, 12 of Knights actually up into the wall in 1 and 2. Almost looked like he might have blew a tire. I mean, he just kind of shot straight up into it. He's going slow down the backstretch. He looks like he has control, and yeah, he's continuing on. So maybe not a blown tire, just got wicked loose in the middle of 1 and 2.
Yeah, maybe just really, really tight. Not 100% sure. Knights was kind of struggling earlier. I mean, we did see him in the top 5 or very, very close to 10th or so. But man, things things can go south if you get around the wrong crowd or get to battling with maybe an ill handling car. Not quite sure, but Knights will try to salvage the best finish that he can. But still, HD, it is all the young gun hashtag bro with Rose. The only thing growing about Rose right now, though, is this lead. He has taken control of this race early on, not looked back, doesn't have any competition whatsoever. I'm going to guess we're probably right around 40 laps to go. Actually, Boehner, if you are in a party with Finesse, can you please put the amount of laps in chat? I would absolutely appreciate it. Or Powder or LaFave, Bot, if any of y'all know, please uh, put it out there in chat.
I think Aviator's running P2, Finesse is P3. That's just gonna be my guess though. Looks like
It's very, very.
Finesse is right behind the 48, so I think first, second, third is gonna be Rose, Aviator, Finesse, and behind them I got no clue.
Yeah, behind that, I probably imagine that maybe the car that I just landed on, which is the one of God Power, as the 20 of CGMX Rose, actually closes in a little bit on him. Um, Jay Grant, unfortunately, NNR is actually locked down for the season. We're about to start our chase here in just a few weeks. You're definitely welcome to tag along, though, man. Go on up and smash that follow or subscribe button and hit the notifications, and you'll know every week when we go live. NNR races on Sunday nights at 9 o'clock with the Truck Series, Tuesdays at 9 o'clock with the Xfinity Series, and on Thursdays you get to hang out with the one and only HD Motorsports and me while we call the Cup Series. After tonight, we're heading on to Dover, and then Daytona, and then Darlington. Thank you very much for the follow. Definitely appreciate it. And you've come to the right place if you like to see a lot of green flag competitive racing. Best on Xbox, hands down.
You know, how many laps ago do you think these guys pitted? Because Dohar just went down pit road. So Dohar is either early pitting or he is really stretching the fuel out on his car. And if he's stretching the fuel out, that is a ton of time that he went farther than the race leader. So, like I said, man, don't throw Dohar in this 88 out of the equation of possibly winning this. Looks like the 43 Jose 720 is going down pit road now. No clue on whether or not if he's stretching the fuel.
It could very well be, HD. I mentioned earlier, could they try to save 6 laps out of 50, what did I say, 53 or 56? It could be what Dohar's trying. It could be what Stout Whiskey is trying. It could be what a few of these guys are really trying or attempting. But if you're going to push the fuel that far, can your right front or your right rear take those extra 3 laps after how close they are to popping on a normal fuel run? You're really going to have to back up your corner, not get in there, not really try to get too aggressive coming off. You're going to lose time. You're going to save the fuel, but with the pace that Rose is running, I don't know if their fuel strategy can really work. If he was about to put God Power a lap down, God Power's been really, really strong all night long. If he was in 4th or 5th and Rose is about to lap him, Rose could have this whole field lapped by the time the race is done. And I think he'd be the first one to do that this season.
Yeah, like you said, the only question, we've seen races won on fuel strategy in multiple races. We see it all the time in leagues. It almost seems like fuel strategy trumps speed almost every time we talk about these situations. I know Rose is flying right now, but that one more pit stop, man, that's going to add easily 30 to 40 seconds of time on the gas. So if you don't got a 40-second lead on these guys, it's going to be tough to win it.
Yeah, it really will be tough. Dohar won Richmond at earlier this season on fuel. Then he won Michigan on speed and great 4-wide finish. He mentioned to you earlier during the drivers meeting that he was going to try to win it. I don't know if he was just saying that to try to get in people's heads or what, but he said he was going to win tonight's race on fuel mileage. So could he have waited till the latter half of stage 3 to start saving, knowing that you have to have 6 laps? Or actually, could it have only been 5 laps? If you think about it, you're clicking a lap off when you go down pit road. So could he have really only needed to save 5 laps in order to pull off an upset? Or does Rose have him lapped by then? There's so much that could play into it.
mean, we just don't know by
Yeah.
no leaderboard or anything like that. It's all just a guessing game. I mean, Rose couldn't even be the leader. We wouldn't know. He could have got a speed ability.
Wouldn't that be so? Here we are building him up and building him up. I actually just caught up with Rose. He's right in front of the 38 of NNR Mountain. Mountain getting really close to the back bumper. The 20 giving him a little bit of a shot coming off the corner as they both exit turn 4, coming to the start finish line. I wish I had a lap counter. Mr. Finney, or whatever your name is nowadays, the new community contributor, we'll have to get him in one of these cup races so he realizes just how much we need the tools. Zane has the tools. We need the tools too. Let's see.
Yeah, man. Speaking of that, man, I'm so glad eSpark here Sunday night coming up, man. New time. Was it 8, 9 o'clock? Thank God. It's 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
start time.
9
It's killing
o'clock.
me.
We'll actually be going head to head with eSpark and you and Zane over there in that series. So you'll have to make sure that when when it gets really boring, you send some of the guys our way, because I know it's gonna be a battle for viewership between some of these leagues that are really running about the same time. All the leagues are really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of good leagues out there, man.
Yep. John Fry checking in, saying he talked to Carol about running trucks on Sundays is the first step. Yeah. You'll have to definitely talk to Carol. To the best of my knowledge, everything was locked down. We weren't really doing any more drivers, but hey, man, HD and I, we just call these things. We are not admins. You know what I was told. So, gonna keep going through. There's that 4-car Natty Dread, that gnarly number 4. 21 of JCX12 working his way down pit road right now. But still, that 20 is CGMX Rose here in the lead, I believe. Again, can't be 100% sure. We don't have the tools we need with the 38 of Mountain right behind. So I have to wonder if the caution was to come out with him just now getting by the 38. Would the 38 be the first car one lap down? HD, I don't know. We need the tools.
All guessing game, man. All guessing game. But yeah, we're seeing people kind of trickle down pit road. I'm assuming we're in that window, maybe around 30-ish laps. How many laps are they actually getting on the fuel run?
25 laps on the tank.
So we're seeing people trickle down now, right? It's got to be close. We got to be within definitely 30, maybe in the 20s, maybe. I'm gonna say we're like 32.
Yeah, I would say I'd say maybe a little under, considering they had the same six laps. I'd say between 28 and 32 would be my guess also, depending on how much they've been able to save, where they pit before. Sitting here on the 1 of God Power as the 48 of the Aviator comes flying, and actually knocked the 1 of God Power out of his stall. God Power back in. Hopefully that damage is going to be all lag and it doesn't actually affect the 1 car's handling. He's been pretty strong all night. To catch back up with the 13 of Rowdy, he just got by the 47 of Sledgehammer, now behind the 8 car of Smitty. Smitty right with the 00. Those guys seems like they've been together all night long.
I will find out for us how many laps we're around. Hold on.
All right. Nope, John Fry, more smoke. I'm not sure if he had some issues or what, but he's sitting on pit road, unfortunately. So that was the only feed. But I think he's going to drop on down to race control and get us a lap count. Find out who's in like first or third. No,
we were way off. Good thing we didn't bet. There's 16 to go, and Rose is leading.
16. So man, that's. Wow, a lot has changed since we couldn't see what was going on, but 16, 15 to go. Bot Fusion, thank you very much for checking in. Spurl, same thing. What's up, buddy? 16 to go. CGMX Rose has had the clear lead all night long. A few cars have been able to keep up with him when they were around him. Not sure if it was just because of the draft. We haven't seen anybody really clearly passed that 20 car. It's all just been a little bit of maneuvering, on and off the corner. Who's able to get clear quicker? But that 20, he's going to 7th win on the season. And HD, barring a caution, I don't see anybody stealing from him.
That or fuel strategy. I think when we see Rose dip down pit road, he might be in trouble. I think when he goes by this time by, there's going to be 14 to go. He's got the 2 of stout whiskey right behind him. There's that 47 of Sledgehammer. They're all laps down. The 43 of Jose 720 up here in front of Rose, but Rose is chugging along through turns 1 and 2.
Yep, finding him right now. Should just be another second before I land on the young gun. And there he is. Actually,
Yep,
he's going to go ahead and pit this time.
So here it is, moment of truth.
Now, I also saw the 2 cars, Stout Whiskey, dip down right behind him unless he was getting loose. I don't know. I think Stout might have just said, you know what, I don't want to go in right behind you with the pit road issues that they've been having where cars have been knocking each other around.
I think, we got a car sideways in turn 1 and 2. This may bring out the caution. He's up into the wall still. There's still green. He's turned around now and going.
Yep, I'm here on the 12th car of Knights right now, and I don't see
I think we're good.
Yep, I don't see where the game is taking control, so we're going to stay green. That's going to bode very, very well for the 20. That could have just given him the lead with the amount of cars that he has a lap down. Yeah, again, barring anything in the probably right around 10 to go, that 20 is going to be knocking on 7 wins for the season. More points towards the restart where all the points are reset. Here's the 1 car of God Power, actually going to end up right on the back bumper of the 20th CGMX Rose. The 20 really cooked that entry. One's going to be able to duck on down, get really, really close to the 20, but the 20 is going to power off the corner, pull away from that 1 as they both cross the start-finish line. HD, I'm going to say we're right around 10 to go. You've got a better count than I do, though.
I'm going to go find out about field strategy. Hold on.
10-4, sir. So, yeah, I think this might be a battle for first and second. HD's top pick versus my top pick. HD went with the 20, and I forgot. I think it was the 13 of Rowdy. There we go. His sister's favorite pick, and then I went with the 1 car of God Power and the 11 of Ingall. So right now, I want to say this is first and second, because the 1 has been very, very strong all race long. I can't, I can't be 100% positive. Anybody out there in chat, if you're not already a follower of NNR and you like what you've seen, please go on up, smash that follow and subscribe button, hit the notification so you know whenever we go live. We're here every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, right around 9 o'clock Eastern. Follow us on Twitter. We'll follow you back. Most of our weekly notifications are done through Twitter, also on Facebook. 20 is still pulling away further and further and further. I don't think anybody's going to have anything for him. The 1 is on older tires than the 20, but yeah, it's still looking like it's all the 20's race.
Yeah, I heard Dohar's running a little bit of strategy. I don't know if he's still the race leader or not from everybody down in the chat below, but I think Rose might be picking up his win here. But again, I don't know about Dohar. It's just kind of hard to tell with nothing to go by up here in the booth. It's all just a guessing game at this point.
Yeah, I agree. And Bot, I feel for you, dude. But unfortunately, this is still just a game. Life comes first. You know what, man? Be thankful that you're actually working, dude. There's a lot of people out there right now. I think they said there were about 1 million people that applied for unemployment in the last couple of weeks. This Corona crap kicked off. So while you're not going to be able to run for a championship in the trucks because of work, there's the silver lining of that, man. So keep on trucking. Let's see. Work on through here just a little bit. Here's the 13 of Rowdy. Really nowhere. I don't see the 1 of God Power in his sights anywhere. I don't see
Dohar
anybody.
is way fuel saving. I think Dohar is the race leader right now.
It's man, it's definitely possible. We don't have the tools. I don't know. I'll try to find Dohar right now.
Dohar's coming out of turn 4, and Rose is going into turn 3.
All right. So if Dohar is on fuel saving mode and Rose is coming up on him, that could be all she wrote. But we don't know how many laps are left. So we'll have to see. But
Yep, there's Rose right there in turn 1 and 2.
Yep.
Dohar's really going wicked slow down a backstretch. I think Dohar might be a race leader coming in at turn 3 with laps winding down here in the race. Coming out of turn 4, Rose is back there closing in fast to a stout whiskey. Right behind Dohar as they go to the line. That's not the race yet.
Yep. Looks like they're all still under power. I see the 20th CJ Rose kind of battling here with the 38 Mountain. I see Mountain 11 of Ingles got wicked loose right there, and the 88 and the 38 had to do a little bit of maneuvering to try to get around him.
Rose.
Yep, CJ Rose just went by the 88. So if the 88 was the leader, either the 20 just got a lap back if the 88 stayed out, or he just took the lead. We'll have to see how it pans out. We've got to be, again, under 10 laps to go. I'll keep it right here with the 20th CJ Rose. So if he is your winner, we'll know when the game takes control. He's still fighting alongside the 38 of Mountain, coming up close. Passing by the 2 cars, Stout Whiskey, trying to track down the 17 of Sully. HD, we've got to be under 5.
I think we got to be under 5, and I think he might be taking a checkered flag this time by crossing the line. Nope, just yet. I think CJ Rose actually, I think Dohar was the race leader. CJ Rose got by him, so 1-2 right now, possibly Rose Dohar, but again, it's kind of hard to tell with no tool or anything like that.
Yep, but you know what? I'll keep going. I mean, the 20 he's battling, got the 38 Mountain trying to pull his inside. 20 is trying to catch that 17, either put him a lap down or put him another lap down. Can't be 100% sure, but we're gonna eventually see the game take control of this 20 car. We'll know that he won before, unless the 20 crosses the line after somebody else, and we know that somebody else won it. But the 20 has clearly been the class of the field all night long. Really, unless somebody else has been close, they haven't been able to really make up a whole lot of time on them. CJ Rose has been on point, on rails.
There it is. That's it right there. Rose is your race winner. Dohar finishing in P2, possibly side-by-side battle with the 11 of Ingalls. I think Rose actually ran out of gas.
Man, what a great way to pull that strategy. Then took just enough, kept the car light enough, probably just right side tires. Then we'll have to see who that third person is that comes on over to the booth and chats it up with us for a little bit.
Woo! Let's never do another 100% race again.
So I want to thank everybody out there in chat for sticking around for 200 laps here at Worldwide Technology or Gateway Raceway under the lights. Please, by all means, come check us out Sunday night. We'll be there with the trucks at Dover, right around 9 o'clock Eastern. Tuesday with Xfinity, Thursday with the Cup Series. But don't go anywhere just yet. We're gonna talk to our top 3. Talk to them here about a little bit of strategy, who their competition was. We never know what comes out of their mouth. So. Let's head back over to our makeshift booth. I don't want to go to Atlanta. Let's see here.
Well, we were way wrong on second and third.
We wing it, HD. We just wing it. So yeah, we see Rose in here, we see Finesse in here, and we see the Aviator rocking the old um, who they say
Mike Skinner.
yeah. So who got second and third?
I got third.
Third, all right. I'm HD. I'm sure you're gonna want to interrogate the young gun. So you want to take the Aviator?
Aviator.
Yeah.
What's up, my dude? Strong third place finish tonight, man. You're running pretty good up there in stage one. You were kind of hanging with CGMX Rose in stage two a little bit. Is there anything you could have done different to be able to pick up 2 more spots tonight?
If I didn't have to drive through the field each restart, yeah. The first stage, the car felt pretty good, so I was able to stay up there. I was trying to stay in the small pack with Rose and his teammate Ingles and Rowdy and them. But Ingles hits the inside or the outside wall, spins around and collects me with him, and I get like 7 seconds of damage, goes to the back, and from then on I had to drive through my way back up. And the only time I could really do anything was at the end of the run on the last stage. So that's it kind of left me there in an awkward position, but I was hoping to get a second place battle out of it, but Finesse made a good call and took it. But yeah, otherwise that was fun.
Now, coming into this third stage, man, like I said, you had the speed. I think there's a couple cars that had speed to keep up with CJMX Rose. I think Rowdy was the one, and then I think maybe you were possibly the other one that could have caught up with Rose and stayed with him. If there was a caution there late in the race, do you think you could have got the young gun?
I think so. He was faster for sure, but mostly on the long run. So yeah, if a caution came out, I definitely would have had a little bit of something for him.
There you go, right there, man. Good run by you. Would you like Tony shout outs?
Shout out to the team. We practiced all week. It's pretty fun. We're making a good run out of terrible cars, but it worked out.
Good finish, man. Good P3 for you, and definitely going to help you in the point standings this week. Pete, go ahead and take P2.
Yeah. Hey, Finesse, repeat. You got me.
I got you.
Well, man, we watched that 34 all night long. You were right around the top five. You couldn't be denied. You were, I know that you and Mountain and Boehner put in a lot of time, a lot of laps. I actually got to chat with y'all a little bit earlier this afternoon. Talk us through your race. Did any of the changes your teammates help you with? Did they come into play, or did you have to kind of work off something you had due to different track conditions?
I'd have to say my teammates helped me out a lot this week. Just been really disappointed about people's actions on the track the past few weeks, so didn't really get much practice in, and just got to throw a shout out to Boehner, who didn't actually get to make it in the race, for crew chief in that race, and putting his mind to the work and helping me with that strategy.
Yeah, he was in chat talking it up a little bit for you. We did see him. Very, very unfortunate. But he I talked to Boehner a while back, and I asked him in a post race. I said, what tracks do you see left on the schedule before the postseason starts where you'd be best to get a win? And he said all of them. So with Dover, Daytona, and Darlington coming up, he's got 3 more chances to get that win. He's not going to lose too many points tonight. I think he's still going to be all right. I still put Boehner in the top 16 before all is said and done and before we start the first round of the chase. But, man, congratulations to you on another strong run here tonight. Right now, I think as points were going, you were right around 15th. This top 2 is absolutely going to help you with that. I think there's more and more people are going to have to raise an eye to you and Boehner, Augustus, Smitty. I'm starting to see a lot of cars come on very, very strong here late in the regular season. I think this postseason is going to be great. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Any shout outs from you besides your crew chief there?
Just the team, Mountain and Sully, and a couple of the guys in the Xfinity, Fatless, you guys.
All right, man. Well, we definitely appreciate it. Congrats again.
Thanks.
You got it. HD Motorsports, you've got CGMX Rose, hashtag Grow with Rose. Tonight's winner, 7th on the season. Go ahead, buddy.
Rose, you little guy,
Yes,
you.
sir.
Hey, man, I tell you what, I was worried that you might lose on a fill strategy again here tonight on the track, but I mean, I don't know, man. I definitely think you had the best car out there. Tell me how your race went, other than tell me how it went when you were behind people. That's all I want to hear.
When I was, uh, that didn't happen very much.
Yeah,
I
you
was
and
going to
Rowdy
say,
had
you're
a
going to
nice
make
little
them
battle.
think.
Tell me about the battle of you and Rowdy.
Oh yeah, the car was. Oh yeah, that's what I can tell you. The car was kind of tight when I was near people, which is why on those right when it was right on my bump, tightened me up a lot going to 3 and 4, and it didn't turn a lot. But once I got that clean air is when way. But I was surprised at how strong the draft was all here down.
So I got to ask you a question, man. So let's say you're P1 on the outside, Rowdy, and P3 is the Aviator. You already heard the Aviator said that he probably would have beat you, man, if it was like a green white check or on the short run. What do you got to say about that, man? Do you think you had to help him off?
I think I could. I just all I would have to do was probably go down a little bit on the wedge and make it better on the run. But I don't know. Bump and run could have happened to me, but I'm glad the caution didn't come out for that to happen.
There you go, man. You see what that's like some fake news CNN stuff, right? I took Aviator's words and I just like twisted it around and basically said that he would beat you. But nah, man. Hey, no, good run for you. Was that 5 in a row?
I think so.
You don't even know how many times he's won in a row, man. All right, Rose, like throw any shout outs?
Um, my teammates for helping me throughout the race, and actually, Poopy, we practiced a lot this week together. Yeah, that was fun.
You're a terrible interview. All right, man. Pete, take it away.
Rose, I just got to add some also. Aviator as well. If you're still here, Rose, you came into tonight's race just 7 points behind the one and only Amore Smoke. Man, Amore had some kind of an issue and ended up checking out of the race earlier than the final flag. So you can definitely say that you'll be walking into Dover next week with the points lead. I know you've had a pretty good car there. You've been in victory lane the last. This will be 6 races. Um, Congratulations. That's been a great march all the way up to first place with 3 to go in the regular season. Do you think you're going to be able to hold off a Moore or Aviator or Rowdy as we come to the last 3 races here in 2020 before we start the chase?
I'll answer that no.
No, I will be able to.
Hell no, you won't.
Yeah, well, I feel like I have the ability to do it, and feel like I could bring cars that would pretty much could win every week if the scripts play out right. So hopefully they keep playing out these races, keep playing out how I want. Points lead.
Well, depending on where More Smoke finished in the first and second stage, the person who just said not just no, but hell no, he could be your closest competition in those final 3 races. More Smoke is no slouch at Dover, though, and you know that he's going to want to take that points lead back right off the get-go and march into the postseason with the points lead. So you're going to have your hands full, not only with the Aviator just said no, but More Smoke's going to want to hold that, and Rowdy's also only about 40 points back as of now before the points are tallied tonight. So it's going to be great to watch you 4 duke it out. The only other one that's pretty close is Ingalls, but he's about 100 points back. But man, congratulations to all of you on a great night tonight. How many cars were left on the lead lap, Rose?
I think it was 9.
9.
Something like
9
that.
out of 24 cars. So, man, we knew you were on a tear. You had a car on rails all night long. Congrats again, sir.
Thank you.
All right, HD. Any final thoughts there, buddy?
Yeah, let's never do a 100% race again.
I second that.
All right, guys. Well, then I'll just wrap it up on that note. Now, please, again, go on up, smash that follow, subscribe, and notifications button so you can catch NNR next Sunday night from the one and only Dover High Bank short track. See who Miles the Monster reaches out and grabs, all self-clean. You will hit the inside wall as well. No doubt about that. But we'll see you Sunday night right around 9 o'clock Eastern for the trucks, Tuesday night for Xfinity, and the next week HD and I will be right back here with the Cup Series again, live from Dover. 3 more races left in the regular season before we start our playoffs. I will catch y'all later. All you Pro League hopefuls out there, good luck. Stay healthy.